Now, Boost Doctor. Um, I'm concerned because where did you find time to build the Batmobile and throw sixes on it? The big wheel culture is not ready for this. This man did not come to play with y'all. This man is probably just sitting around the shop wishing a motherfucker would every second of the hour. Because as soon as you say, oh, Boost Doctor ain't fast, he gonna pull this motherfucker out faster than Pootie Tang pull out a leather belt. Listen, granddaddy, this is all I'm saying. Let me zoom in. Listen, all I'm simply saying is you entering this into a competition would be like Big Show, entering a kids wrestling match. This man's car literally has more lip than Fantasia. Bro, look at this unit. Man, he snatched the wings off a F-22 Raptor, painted it black, threw some sixes on it, and said, bam, this is my big wheel car. It's gotten to the point where people so afraid to race Boost Doctor because he's so unpredictable, y'all might as well call him he who shall not be named. It's always, I could beat Blue Magic, I could beat Don't Master, but won't nobody say, oh, well, I could beat Boost Doctor. You might gonna put a foot so far in y'all ass, he could tickle your heart with his toenails. This thing nastier than an Atlanta strip club after 12 o'clock. This thing nastier than Porky Pig with an OnlyFans. This thing about it scary is like if you seen a shark with horse legs. You see a motherfucking shark with horse legs walking towards you, what the fuck you gonna do? Shit all on yourself and run? Listen, you guys that are just starting out building your car, when you get ready to test your car, do not try to line up with these short bid guys of any kind. Don't matter if it's a Ford or a 2000 to 2006 GMC or Silverado. Listen, these guys are nothing to play with. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you hear this man's two-step and it sounds like multiple strippers clapping their ass at one time, yeah, he's about to take you down through there like a toxic relationship. All I'm saying is if you don't have enough car and you pull up to a red light and you see one of these damn things slightly lowered with Hoosiers on all four corners, right? And a midnight performance sticker. And you decide to get froggy anyway. There's an ass whooping waiting for you that's so thorough Chuck Norris would be proud. These things are nastier than when your parents first met. I'm talking about these guys can't wait to be interviewed by Kyle 1320s. So, what type of cam you running? It sound good. Oh man, I got that stage 7 fuck you thought cam. Now what we have here is the newest member of Team Carnage Racing. This 6th-gen Camaro ain't nothing to play with. They call this car the Grim. And please to God, don't let the 24s fool you. This thing probably has more grip than a Las Vegas hooker after 12 o'clock. The owner is none other than Trapstar Racing. I hate to be the fool that be like, man, my 6th-gen Camaro, it got about 800 horsepower. I know I can beat him. Okay, cool. He's probably going to run circles around you on these foes. Your mother falling down a flight of stairs ain't faster than this goddamn 6th-gen. You get beat by a 6th-gen Camaro on some foes, maybe sixes. I could be wrong. You got to sell it. That's all I'm going to say. You got to sell it. You got to sell your car. Because the minute you see this thing squat in the back like black women that gotta pee after the club on the side of the road, yeah, he finna shit and get. Now again, I don't know the specs, but I also know that this is probably a 5th-gen with a 6th-gen front cap. I could tell by how the tail lights are. Now the thing is, you're probably wondering, what's the difference between a 6th-gen Camaro and a 5th-gen Camaro? Let me break it down. The 5th-gen Camaros range from 2010 to 2015 before 2016 came and they started throwing the LT162s inside of the 6th-gen Camaros. Now, the L99 and the LS3s came in the 5th-gen Camaro. The L99 is basically the L99 is basically a LS3 with a smaller cam, basically, right? So the automatics got the L99, the LS3s came in the manual, 5th-gen Camaros. Now the 6th-gen Camaros are an entirely different animal. Those came with like 10-speed and 8-speed transmissions, if I'm not mistaken, and they are completely badass. But are they as good as the original, LS3s? From my understanding, the L99s are pretty good. The LS3s are pretty good. Now, the LT1s, you got to do quite a bit of work to them because you got an upper fuel pump and a lower fuel pump and stuff like that, and the compression high. So you will have to get better rods and pistons, but they are good to like 700 horsepower comfortably. After that, you have to worry about, forged rods and pistons and shit. But with the LS3, you can handle a little bit more horsepower. Both the LS3 Corvettes and the LS3 Camaros can handle close to 800 horsepower comfortably, but I wouldn't suggest it because you're probably going to throw a rod, throw more rod than an elderly man off a gas station pill.